Here it comes, Kenny! Who was throwing the ball? That's crazy. Hey, I'm Randall Cunningham. I played for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Randall Cunningham.
It's Kelly Green week here in Philadelphia. So let me take you back to the Kelly Green era. This is Eagles Reacts. Season, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, didn't know anything. I was doing my best trying to fit in with the Philadelphia Eagles team, and I was thinking that Jaworski was going to be the quarterback the whole year, so I wasn't expecting to play very much because I had so much respect for Ron. And then the next thing you know, there I am in the lineup with my big afro, or it was a jerry curl until it dried out.
It's like a dream come true to be able to play for the Philadelphia Eagles here in Philadelphia.
Washington Redskins. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
And looking for a run. It's wide open on the other side. Now he has to throw, and it's caught. And it is a touchdown to Ernest Jackson.
You know, before throwing my first touchdown in the NFL, I don't even remember what the play was called, but I rolled out and things didn't look good. And for some reason, I reversed field as though I just got an avoided sack. And as I reversed the field, I said, uh-oh, I'm about to get tackled in the backfield.
Well, they just never threw it to him, but he caught it there in good shape.
And the result was a touchdown. So he runs for the touchdown. I'm wondering, is there a flag? I'm running down there, and I'm pumped up, and Kenny Jackson, number 81, he comes and grabs me, and he's talking to me. I told you need to be here. You're an NFL player. You're ready for this. And all I wanted to do is go and slap him high five and sit down and get a drink of Gatorade. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. So it was an exciting time for me. Analog video, here we go. It's digital nowadays. Oh, okay, fake the draw and launch it. Kenny, I had been telling Kenny in practice, I said, buddy, you better be ready because if that comeback on the left side is covered, I'm going to launch it deep and you better go get it. And it just happened to happen. I mean, I was just playing. We were just having fun. Kenny Jackson, my man, he made the catch. If he'd have dropped it, we wouldn't even remember the play. So that was a faking a draw. And the guy let me get outside. That was a big mistake. As you see, Keith Jackson, or Anthony Toney was covered. And yeah, it definitely wasn't, that play wasn't called to go to Kenny Jackson. That was awesome, Kenny Jackson. Penn State. You know, when I look at this physically, the play was a draw. I faked the draw, and I'm supposed to dump it off to the fullback in the flat. During practice, the fullback had not been open. Anthony Toney was not open in practice, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll hit the tight end coming across, or maybe I'll hit the comeback as my third read. But I think in practice, I hadn't launched one to Kenny in practice, so I figured, you know, what the heck? Here it comes, Kenny! And thank God he caught that ball. I launched it out there where he could get it and only him. Just happened to be the right game and the right time and the right throw. Well, this was my first Monday night football game, and ooh, I was pumped up. Everybody was pumped up. All the players were pumped up. The coaches were pumped up, and it just happened to be the Giants in Vet Stadium in Philadelphia, so we had a little momentum going on. We were coming together as a team. Monday night football it's that time when 40 or 50 million people are watching you all over the world, and if you're going to do something, that's probably the time to do it.
And what you do when you have a quarterback like Randall Cunningham, you let him roll out. You give him an option.
He said a quarter black. Oh, yep, 1988, Giants in Philly. Haddix goes in motion. I fake it to the R back, and I'm looking. Oh, Carl. Oh, finally Jimmy Giles got over there. Big Jimmy Giles, boy. He was about 75 years old on that play. I was waiting for him, and I'm looking. I'm like, where's Jimmy? Where's Jimmy? Can you please come across, Jimmy? Carl just lays me out, and it's kind of like, I guess I was a little cat-like right there. I don't know how I stayed up. I was kind of pumped up right there, and we needed to score, and wow, Carl Banks had me. God, Carl Banks is about 6'5", about 245. He had me. Thank God for Jimmy Giles. The old man got across there. And he caught it too. Thank you, Jimmy. Merry Christmas. Let me tell you something about that play. Okay, when I came around the corner, I thought I had a little bit of time, and I'm thinking that Carl Banks is gonna stay right there. He decides he's gonna come and tackle me, and I'm trying to buy time. I'm just trying to wait for Jimmy Giles to come across the middle. And sure enough, Carl hit me, and my instincts took over, and I caught myself. I don't know how it happened. When I got up, I said, whoa, I'm still up. But the instinct that I had, oh, here comes Jimmy. and I kind of like just sidearmed it. And Jimmy acted like it was not a big deal, caught it, and we went back to the sideline. And I'm thinking, what just happened? And Carl Banks is over there going like, oh my God, how did that happen? I don't know either, Carl. We still talk about it to this day. I'm glad that Jimmy Giles caught that pass because we wouldn't be talking about it if he didn't.
A full house by the shores of Lake Michigan, Soldier Field, Chicago, for this NFC divisional playoff encounter between the Eagles of Philadelphia and the Chicago Bears. We have been blessed with almost spring-like weather here on the final day of 1988, and sunny skies forecast for the remainder of the afternoon.
Oh, the Fog Bowl, 1988, end of the year. It was beautiful up until this point right here. We were getting busy. Our offense, we were slinging the rock. Guys were catching it and running. It was a nice one.
And he finds Chris Carter. Man, and Jackson, hey, that's simple. Down 10 yards, go to
Going at halftime, it's a great game, and sure enough, we really thought we were gonna pull this game out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the refs cheated us because I think earlier in the game, I had thrown a touchdown, we caught it. Touchdown, Eagles! Called it back. Illegal procedure, number 25. I'm like, what? We look at the replay, there's no illegal procedure. Throw another touchdown. Chris Carter, somebody caught it. No touchdown, holding offense. I'm thinking, okay, we gotta fight through this. We're gonna fight through it. The guys, we were all together, we were a unit, we were a team. We were gonna fight through it, we were gonna win. We really believed we were gonna win that game. And then the fog rolled in, and it was over. The fog, the fog rolled in. Oh my gosh, that's what it really was. I remember it rolled in, nobody expected it. It was an act of God. And I remember seeing Singletary, the middle linebacker for Chicago. He was right there in front of me, and I would drop back and I was like, where did he go? And I couldn't see him. And we couldn't throw the ball. We barely could run the ball. I don't know how the refs were able to, and hold on a second. You can't see where it's going. I threw that pass, and who caught that? Nobody. Wow, how did he even see the ball? Chris Carter. Woo! This was a waste of time right here. You couldn't see anything. I can't even see myself watching on film. They should have stopped the game. Should have stopped the game. Even the announcer says it's impossible. Wow, who was throwing the ball to? That's crazy. Somebody caught it, they said. I just remember it got to the point where it was like, what's the point of playing? See, I couldn't see the receivers. I could see Singletary, I could see the D-line, the offense line. I barely could see my tight end. Couldn't see the running backs, and it was like everything was a blur. I'm like thinking to myself, if we score a touchdown, who's gonna know that we scored? If someone throws a flag, who's gonna know that they threw a flag? Can they throw a flag? What happens when we punt the ball? If we punt the ball, who's gonna catch it? Where's the ball gonna be? Are we gonna shank it and it goes out? How about if we kick a field goal? It was just a waste of time. Stop the game, go to the sidelines, wait until it clears up. Yep, that didn't happen. Oh, the Capital City comeback at 89. Oh, it was hot. All right. Dumped it off. Keith Jackson, thank you, Keith. Appreciate that catch. Beautiful catch. Oh, that was a beautiful play. Oh my God, this game, the prior night, I think I just signed the contract, and I was excited. And the Redskins, I think Mark Ripien was lighting us up. He was just on that day for about a good 4 quarters. And Keith Jackson, he caught a couple of touchdowns, and I think he caught about 3 touchdowns that day. Oh, here comes Chris Carter. My man CeCe. He had all the energy, and I tell you what, we needed that on our team. He was pumped up. That was us. That's who we were. We were just kind of halfway in and halfway crazy. I think we were still down right here, and I said, you know what, my guys will come up with it. Carter thought he had that one. Mike Quick said, nope, buddy, you got one already. This one's mine. And they weren't sure if his feet were in or not, but I'm gonna tell you something. His feet were in and Chris Carter's feet were in. So it was gonna be a touchdown. Watch this. He got it with one hand, 82. Here's one. Here comes the other one. Boom, there it is. Mike Quick taught me how to dress. I didn't know how to wear a suit. I would have wore a clip-on tie back then, but Mike Quick took me under his arm and I learned how to dress. I thought I was suave in my Smalls formal wear suits. Here's Keith Jackson, wins the game on on that play right there. We had drove down the field. I remember at one point during that game, we were hot, we were tired. At halftime, I went into halftime, I had no energy left. And I remember that I ate up every orange and drank up everything I could drink at halftime and came out in the second half and had just a little bit of energy left. I think I was rushing on a sugar high just from the oranges and things like that. And sure enough, I went in the huddle and as I was calling the play, I said, look at them. The Redskins weren't even coming back into the huddle. They were calling it from there and they were staying. The D linemen were on their knees. Darryl Green was over there. He was tired. Everybody was tired on the whole field. And I remember I said, that's why Buddy Ryan runs it so hard. Let's go, let's win the game. Sure enough, the guys were coming up with big catches and we were getting the job done. And then at the end of the game, our defense stopped them. I think it was Joe Riggs fumbled the ball. One of the guys picked it up, and I think Wes Hopkins was ran it back probably to about the 2 or 3 yard line. And we called a play, I couldn't get it in. And then Keith Jackson, he just stopped in the right spot, and I fired as hard as I could. I'm shocked that he caught it because I threw that ball very hard, and he caught it like it was just a little old Nerf ball, and we won that game. And so to win down there, that changed our whole makeup of our team. We proved to the NFL, don't ever count us out because we will come back on you. Oh, yeah. Here we go with the Giants again. I hope that y'all could see that wind and how windy it was. It's probably about 100 miles per hour. So I punted that ball, and people don't know this, but I shanked it. It came off the inside of my foot, and Dave Maggott made a big mistake letting it bounce. So he goes back to the 6 yard line. Right there, I was thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna have to make the tackle. Right there, I had a sense of peace, because Dave Little and all the guys went in there. And they tackled him because I would have missed him. But I'll tell you what, after taking that sack in the end, right by the end zone, I thought it was a safety. But as I was running off the field, something said, tell Buddy you want to punt it. I was a punter in college. I said, Buddy, can I punt this one, Buddy? He said, yeah, kid, go ahead. And I dropped it perfect, and the wind blew it inside of my foot. And if there was no wind, that ball would have went straight to the left and out of bounds. It would have been about a 5 yard punt. It was so windy that day that if we were there today, that ball would have rolled all the way to London, England, because it was that windy. So don't think that I really did something. I actually shanked that one, and just an act of God. 91 yards. I think it's the 4th longest punt in history now. I guess people don't punt as much as they used to. When I was playing with the Eagles, I always messed around. I would come out early, I would punt, I would kick field goals. We would just have fun. And that's the kind of team Buddy Ryan had. You kind of just were yourself. And sure enough, they would see me punt, and if the punter went down, I became the backup punter. I was always the backup punter. I did quick kicks. There was always the opportunity for me to fake it, so it kept the defense honest. Oh, the New England Patriots in Philadelphia, 3-3. Nice.
37-yard line. Cunningham in the pocket holding up as a man wide open. Fred Barnett.
Freddie Barnett, my man Fred. Fast Freddie. He was coming out then, boy. I tell you, Freddie was a young buck, and we would just get it done. I don't even remember the play. Just thankful that we got that touchdown. Went up 10-3. Okay, right there. I'm just trying to make something happen.
3rd and 10 for Cunningham. He beats Brent Williams. He can run for the first down, and he gets.
Oh, I got blasted. That's what happened. First down, though. That's all that matters. Let's go get that first down. All right, here we go. In the shotgun. Okay. He had me. Uh-oh, I'm dipping. Get out of there. Uh-oh. What was I thinking about? What was I thinking about? I could have really gotten hurt on that play. I guess I was trying to just get the first down. All righty. I'm launching a bomb to... Oh, yeah, Keith Jackson. You just throw it down and he'll come up with it. I tell you what, we had camaraderie. Keith Jackson and he wanted the ball every single play. And he would just cut his route short. He'd run the wrong way, but he'd get open. And so I could rely on Keith Jackson. Let me see what he's doing here.
Now this is a basketball move right here.
Oh, he's covered.
He's covered perfectly.
Oh, he's definitely covered. Oh yeah, he was a basketball player too. Strong hands. That was he went to the Pro Bowl that year, I think. These guys would tell me, just throw it. Just throw it to me. Look, he pushed off. Good job, Keith. Keith Jackson weighed about 270 pounds, but he got up that time. Go ahead, Keith. Making me look good.
It doesn't matter who you play. You got to beat anybody. There are no easy games.
Cunningham
Looking deep. That's Calvin Williams.
Oh, Cal from Purdue. I tell you what, those young bucks right there, 86 and 89, those were my boys. They came in there, they were lighting it up. Well, I still talk to old Calvin nowadays. He's still over there at Purdue.
Here we go. First and goal from the 3-yard line.
Play action.
Cunningham throwing to wide open Keith Jackson. Touchdown Eagles.
Keith, he'd do whatever it takes. He was going to score. Yep.
In the second half for the Philadelphia Eagles. Keith Jackson
Nice route.
able to get wide open.
See what we got here. Uh-oh. Broken play. I was wrong. I went the wrong way. Oh, no. They let me go up the sideline like that.
Second down. And then some. Cunningham down the sideline. He'll score.
Throwing that ball up there, that cost me $500 right there. That's all right. It was for the fans.
52-yard touchdown run by Randall Cunningham.
I ran for 100 yards? Wow. What happened to my high-top fade? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We had to play against the Buffalo Bills. And I think I took a sack or something like that, or a penalty, and I'm sitting there at the 5-yard line, and all I could think about is a guy named Bruce Smith, one of the most historic defensive linemen in the league. And there I am, and I'm thinking, okay, do not take a sack. And here comes Bruce around the corner, and I ducked. I ducked underneath and I said, well, might as well punt it.
Puts it way downfield.
And Fred Barnett just happened to catch that bomb. It was windy, and no one was going to catch him. Go ahead, Big Fred. I'm telling you, I don't know how we did that, but I'll tell you one thing, I did not want to get sacked. We were losing probably 21 or 28-6. The game was almost over because our offense was not moving. The defense was struggling that day. Our whole team was struggling, and sure enough, that happened. I remember Seth Joyner came up to me and hugged me and said, man, great play. And I think that we broke the ice that day. We became good friends. But Buddy Ryan, here's my man Buddy. Buddy's like, he was expecting that to happen. He wanted something to happen with our offense, and we just having fun. That's all it was. Freddie Barnett. Freddie probably said something. Just put it out there, man. You know I'm gonna catch it. Just put it out there. Oh yeah, I definitely was looking at the rush because I wanted to know where Bruce Smith was. They double-teamed Bruce Smith, and I don't know how I saw him because he was behind me.
How does Smith miss him there with the left hand?
Oh, I think I got blasted right after this too. I don't know how Freddie caught that because it was so windy that day. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, no one's catching Freddie. Y'all know that Freddie was a sprinter and a high jumper? That's like a combination that's not really like together. But yeah, Freddie was the real deal. Yep, that's right. It's Bam Bam. Wow. That's something to remember these guys. I want to go back and play football again, but I'm too old. I really would like to go back and play for the Philadelphia Eagles. I only need to play for like 6 or 7 games. I don't need to play for a year or anything like that. And maybe one of those big contracts, they can prorate it. That'd be nice. You know, my instincts playing on the football field were based on fear. I was only weighing I was 6'4.5", about 205 pounds. I was probably the skinniest player in the NFL. I was always a little concerned about getting hit by a 350-pound guy, a 250-pound linebacker. So I was not going to sit in the pocket. If I can get out of there and buy time, that's what I was going to do. It was my game plan. It's the way I always played. I did not want to be back there where I couldn't see the receivers, and I felt if I can get on the perimeter and I could see where guys are at, I could fire it in there because God gave me a strong enough arm to be able to get the ball down the field. And our receivers knew that if I scrambled around, just go deep because I will throw the ball all the way down the field because it was like a punt to me. And I figured there were 3 things were going to happen. We were going to catch it, they were going to bat it down, or it was going to be pass interference, defense. And I figured 2 of those were in our favor. So I figured I would do it, and that was part of my game. I just would launch it deep, and my players, the guys knew it, and it worked out for us many, many games. That's it, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and make sure you comment on whatever greatest play you liked. It was fun going down memory lane with y'all. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles.